Welcome to a brand new season here in Pro D2. Kids aren't even back in school in most of the UK, and rugby is back in France. Live games here on FR UK Rugby all season long, so soak up the passion, the flair, the atmosphere, and let's start the wrap-up of round one at the Stade Chanzy, where Angouleme played Provence. Locking horns. Well, the last time Angouleme played a Pro D2 match, it was being knocked out in the barrage against this lot. How had the summer gone for both of these teams? Well, Angouleme carried on where they left off, going coast to coast. An Irishman, Owen Barrett, opening up his team's account for the season. Provence, just watch this. 45, 47 metres out, the tail of a line out. Is it going off the top? Not a chance. They're getting a rumble on. It goes into the 22. Surely they couldn't go all the way. Hooker Thomas Sauveterre still got his hands on the ball. This is Pro D2 at its finest. A maul try from halfway. Angouleme had a narrow lead, but got a crucial buffer when Ben Botica spotted Nathan Farissier in space, and the ball was dotted down in the corner. Angouleme continued to press, and 12 points ahead, and penalty advantage in their back pocket. The ball was ripped, but it didn't stop Ben Botica adding the extras. And before long, the result was beyond doubt. Provence hitting back with 2 late tries to leave with at least a bonus point on the road. Final score, 28-25. And a win for Angouleme. Oyonnax, they underperformed last year, but, well, they'd recruited very wisely. How would they fare against last year's table toppers Grenoble, who had no Sam Davis at the start of the season, but with Barnaby Quiyu's left foot taking over game management duties, he connected with Aurélien Calandre on 3 minutes to get the visitors off to a flyer. Oyonnax look a different team this year, and Argentinian fullback Martin Bogado scythed through the Grenoble defence and sent in Gavin Stark for a score which gave them a bit of breathing space. Oyonnax will feel they should have put this game to bed from a winning position, but Grenoble ratcheted up the power in the pack, which led to Gershwin Mouton dotting down and setting up a grandstand finish. And it was that Grenoble scrum again that won another penalty. 55 metres out, on the angle, with the clock in the red and the game on the line, Roman Triou nailed it. 30 points to 28. And an absolute belter. Mont-de-Marsan hosted Colomiers in the opener at the Stade Guy Boniface, and tell you what, once the game got underway, check out this for a collector's item. The referees have been tasked with making sure the scrum halves put the ball in straight, and that led to a scrum against the head and a pushover try for Mont-de-Marsan. Iashagashvili scoring on 7 minutes, statement made. Let's have more of that in Pro D2 this season. Colomiers, though, have dynamite backs, and Ray Nu'u opened the scoring for them try-wise in the second half, and the lead was changing hands again when Colomiers, well, they gifted Joris Dupont a score. Speculative kick, total miscommunication in the back three, and the way was clear for the replacement to inch Mont-de-Marsan to a potential victory. But with the clock starting to run down into the final quarter, and it was that man Ray Nu'u who scored in the left corner, and that was enough just to squeeze a valuable victory away from home for Colomiers. Valence Roman were the surprise package in Pro D2 last year. Their attacking flair taking the league by storm. But Dax have a few ballers of their own. It took less than 2 minutes for the deadlock to be broken, and it was Louis Maroux taking the direct approach to punch over. Dax got themselves back in the fight, the game tightened up, and when Théo Getalier squeezed in, in the right-hand corner after that lift. The fullback had put his team ahead, and it remained close until Alex Bruchet's chicken wing offload found former Cardiff winger Owen Lane. And the cherry was put on the top of the cake with a try for Valence Roman's other winger, Thomas Rosière. Sniping through the defence. Dax, well, they took the option of denying their opponents a chance of getting a bonus point. They had nothing else really to play for and called it a day. It finished 36-23. Next up, Nevers against Agen. Many predicting these could be mid-table sides this season, so a useful comparison in round one. And Nevers set the tone. Hard carries, and centre Atumanu busting his way to the line. Agen's defence too passive. Nevers were always in control, and this one straight off the pre-season training ground. And Effie Manu, the hooker, scoring his hat-trick try. A bad day for Agen ended in farcical fashion. On the halfway line and on the attack, they did not take care of business, did not play to the whistle. And replacement Simon Terrell dribbling the ball to the line to crown an opening day confidence builder for Nevers and worries for the fans of Agen. Finished 54-17. Aurillac had to beat Chambéry in the access match just to stay in Pro D2, and their first game of the season was against Pro D2 New Boys Carcassonne, so even at this early stage, a potentially significant matchup. The visitors opened with a penalty, but then Aurillac's Georgian props went to work. Michelidze scoring the first try on 15 minutes. Aurillac, well, they just managed the filthy conditions much better than Carcassonne. Fly half Jake Strachan slotting kicks and getting an assist here for another Georgian. Pupanashvili rubbing salt in the wound. Carcassonne did get their first try in Pro D2. Yann Tabarot darting down the 5-metre channel to score. But that was their last points on the board. Aurillac's replacement hooker getting one of his own to complete a dominant win for the men in red. There was no lack of effort, or endeavour even for that matter, from Carcassonne, but there was a golfing class on this game. Could be a long season for the new boys. It finished 41 points to 10. We are bringing you live matches every game round in Pro D2 here on FR UK Rugby, and our first live match of the season, two likely title contenders head-to-head, a packed house in Brive for the visit of Vannes, and a moment of controversy in the opening quarter when Brive fullback Jules Tisserand received a high shot from Vannes centre Francis Saïli, and after many replays, the referee arrived at a straight red card. Orange cards have been introduced this season, but not necessary for this one. And Vannes were going to play the game a man down. And Brive and John Cooney, their new signing, took full advantage. The Irishman running a classic scrum half support line to score under the sticks. The hole started to open, and when replacement Kerwin Bosch, who was on for Tisserand, who was off getting an HIA, when he found himself in open space and managed to connect with John Cooney again on a dream debut, it looked like Brive might cruise to victory. But Brive went to sleep on the restart and let Vannes scrum half Alanya snipe in to give the visitors a bit of confidence. And the comeback continued when Joe Edwards squeezed over. And when Pierre Boudehon put Vannes ahead, there was palpable shock in the stadium. A 17-point lead blown despite being one man up. Had the scars of the semi-final defeat here against Montauban. Cut deep, well, They managed to hit reset, and Mathis Galtier found Erwin Dridi for a try, which gave Kerwin Bosch a shot at a draw, which he managed to banana over. There was a chance at a potential victory. Only Kerwin Bosch knows what he was doing there. The ball booted straight into touch, and the game finishing 30 points apiece. And that was a very eventful round one in Pro D2, wasn't it? 4 of the 8 matches finishing within 1 score, a couple of significant wins on the road, and lots to look forward to in round 2, which starts with our live game in Colomiers, who host Biarritz, 2 teams that got wins this weekend. That can't continue. Join us Thursday. We'll be on air just before 8 o'clock UK and Ireland time for exclusive live Pro D2 rugby.